Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kinich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe, Mualani. Is everyone all right?
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together. Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. When the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be fine. Let's go somewhere higher up so Kachina can spot us.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But something went wrong.
What's going on?
This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss didn't win after all. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. We've witnessed it countless times. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off. Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory.
Maybe the YUB interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not like her at all!
No, she's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on. You don't even know what happened, so don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon.
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish. But now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? It's extremely important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friends sooner, you should join the investigation. So, what do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on myself.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss, of doing her part to defend Natlan. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life. Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you, and unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful, is it?
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. The consequences will be...
What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils. Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani, but I hope that provided some clarity, at least.
Wow. Hyman thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
So, essentially, the Abyss has taken Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured until eventually you become one with the Sea of Souls. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the sacred flame. I will go search for Kachina.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can. The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom. Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of souls? Can we even go there?
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
So, Hyman's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're going, Traveler, Hyman's going too.
Citlali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs, but that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide the success of this operation. Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be so serious. I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate. Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk about that some other time. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical ambiance. But there are important things to be done.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will. That's what she asked us to tell you. She said you'd know what that means.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies after all. But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it, and once this is all over, I'll pay Atea a visit.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of Contending Fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of Contending Fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy, and we're currently at the breaking as things stand. The pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the tribes. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic. But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little longer.
You mean?
Yes. Come with me. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the Abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability. So until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name-bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wayab have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey ends, not us. All we can do is support them.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
The Archon of Natlan.
A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us? Let our blades do the talking! Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again, and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed, the power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Night Wind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further. Kanich, go to the Masters of the Night Wind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Lali. She should know.
Of course, I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to...
Yes, but fear not. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Is everything okay, Archon?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Paimon really hopes nothing goes wrong.
That's Waina, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Waina. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Whoa, hold on a second.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom. We need the stone to find her ancient name and rescue her.
Rescue her? From the...
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens...
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Waina. But if the price of maturity is abandoning...
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Waina? Life is... That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking. If you're that determined, far be it from me.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back.
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts. So we slowly got to know. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes. I'll introduce you to her sometime, but let's get back to business. Waina.
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts. And in that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman, experience.
We couldn't do that ourselves.
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our... He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient...
Vichama?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah! That must be him! Hello there, are you Vichana?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone? I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Sitlali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need 2 chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Oh, and...
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of...
I appreciate it. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Hang on, Kachina. Do you have any hook
ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much?
Oh, the whole thing?
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to drive down the price?
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask. All right. That's everything. Here you go.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Vichama mentioned.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need two.
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Relax. Everything's going according to plan.
I know, it's just... Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both. Here you go. How's he doing? Malko's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malko grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malko was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just... Malko and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything. Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chose. I've tried the Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. Anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe...
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor. Go ahead. After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance—
But that happened several years ago, right? The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge in response.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer. Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone! Hold the line!
A proper send-off from the Stino with love. Hiya!
Overruled! Witness my rise!
Billowing surge!
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long! We're getting close!
Vichama!
Quick! Take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malko. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
The Abyss is corroding. You can't keep going, you'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
This power.
Hanging in there?
Malko. No! Why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope!
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Seat Lolly. Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the Spirit Speaker's stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for—
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malko's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a— And now... it's too late to save him.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks...
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malko. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not...
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Maybe you're right. Maybe... Vichama. Don't be sad. Just... keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing it, but...
A deeper pain?
Malko was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking. And for all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end.
Vichama!
I'm fine. Actually, when you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping, but I also understood why you had to try. Once allowed to fester, guilt. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed that way, even if the outcomes... There are critical junctures in life. That's something I had to...
Thank you, Vichama. I promised I would find her.
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of pure... Thanks to her, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions. Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that?
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Waina. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing. They're back.
Koichi?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for...
I'll be just a moment.
Who was that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to... That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the Cuckoo Source. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fight.
For some reason, Paimon can totally...
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now it sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though.
That's...
Oh, I get it.
I'm all for your adventure. Still, I can...
All right, it's just the two of us now.
I don't have anything.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the night.
Well, technically...
Again with the We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can put a trick...
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything...
You feel like he went back on his word. What?
Oh.
This is important.
You don't know that?
All right, whatever.
Oh, you... What do you mean, anything?
Time out. Is this...
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... You need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you...
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep...
Is that a threat? That sounds like a...
Koichi!
So, you're really going to go? No matter...
Then support me.
So, that's it.
I know you aren't related, but...
Really?
You know, I said that very... It's not my place to...
Thank you.
Anytime. According to Kini...
If only Tone Gift...
It might be in a few more pieces than...
Huh? I see. Still, stay safe out there in the night camp.
Let's move out. Let's move out.
We're back! We found Kachina's...
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere with...
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Dion-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your...
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your...
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our... Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go...
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's tower?
Good eye. This is where I store all...
Whoa. I've never...
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting...
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony. So if you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to...
All right, we'll have a look. Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have...
That's right. It belongs to a legend. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish. In his eyes, I saw a hunger.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish, he managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious... Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to...
Well, Paimon thinks he...
That was my answer as well. In the end, he didn't want his tools to...
Wait, that means you also...
Maybe we can go head to head.
There are so many jars.
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the night. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. The tools you see here, the contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big...
Ooh, must be something real...
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although...
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of... The association with strength might also have been the reason, and even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it...
Sounds like...
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy He would often wear this version when training in...
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time. This is Atea's tab.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it.
Whoa, this weapon is...
Ah, that weapon belonged to Tenoch, a hero from 500 years ago. Strictly speaking, that's because even before the disaster with the Abyss broke out, he had already been exiled.
Exiled?
It was a punishment, imposed out of necessity, but he accepted it all the same. He believed it was what he deserved. When the Abyss attacked, the tribes found themselves in urgent need of a powerful figure to lead them into the battle. And there was no one more courageous or resolute than him. He united the 6 tribes and accomplished great feats throughout the war. Ultimately, he perished. And because he had already lost his ancient name, the Ode of Resurrection was unable to bring him back, and so he was laid to rest, alongside the countless warriors and civilians who lost their lives, buried in the soil of his native land.
Wow, he sounds like a
Indeed, even now his story is told throughout the land. The powder still needs some time to settle. Well, what do you think of my collection?
Yeah! If each item represents a different story, does every item hold a special memory?
That's right. The items in my collection they demonstrate the true
the shape.
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. But there's also a different theory.
At once? Fine?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you take out a portion of that journey, and you would like the future is the same way. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future.
That does kind of...
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often, while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed that's correct, namely a frame. By holding In addition, the Sacred Flame will grant them.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine... Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks... Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon...
It's all right. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over. My sister immediately burst into tears. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation and experience...
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina! Are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying...
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just, I'll find a way back.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now, I don't know what lies the Abyss has been. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars. A hero of Natlan. All you need...
I'm really still... I don't want you to put yourself...
All you need to do is place your trust in us. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close.
Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief...
I know.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal... That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another arc...
No, I just... feel bad.
I'll go with them too, Archon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a...
That won't...
I hope not.
Impressive bounty.
So we're underneath Natlan right now?
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization.
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here...
So what you're saying is... we're not...
No. It's going to be obstacle up...
Why are you all...
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking...
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Stabilize!
Allow me!
A proper send-up! From the stage!
Laid bare, this is where I fall. Transfixed!
Oh, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Coming at you! This one's got your name on it! A proper send-up! From this...
Laid bare, everlasting as the moon! Transfixed!
Turn! Bring refuge! Ha! Yeah! Ha!
Order guide you.
A proper send-up!
Witness my lies! Overruled!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance to Pyro Arc.
Yes. There's something in...
We actually have to go... Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first...
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer...
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna...
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in this...
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it? Right. We still...
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate. And the
Yeah,
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling... It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the spirits speak, but we had to destroy it.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. Under the power of the stone, it felt like turns out even our regrets.
Whether in triumph or death.
Exactly. You're looking for a young girl. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form. Be careful.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here. You can't go wandering off. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Laid bare.
Easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was...
Don't scare Paimon!
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It's...
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
Kachina! Alani? Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these Good idea. Let's... Here goes! Yeah!
Allow me!
Attack! That's the way.
Yeah!
You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. The monster can appear from any... The Wyab's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl. You did so...
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. I can't exactly put it into words, but... something's wrong with...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen...
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track... But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even
still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache.
Maybe we really should leave.
No, I'm fine. Just up ahead. I'll lead the way.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But that's because you don't have anything to prove either.
All right.
We've already come all the...
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I don't have much time, so go.
Thank you for
You're a true... Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab!
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. Alright, get ready, everyone! Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place!
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me? He tried to get in my way.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now. No, the power of the Abyss is intoxicating. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out that is the tragedy of your short life. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina...
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not alone.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have it, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never—
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down, the power lies not in the ideal, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal.
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance,
But there aren't many in Natlan. Right here! Brilliant skill! Carving waves! Woohoo! Amazing! Check this out! Best of luck!
Coming!
Hey! Let's ride! Surf's up! Off we go!
A glimpse of the future!
Not my lucky day. Carving waves!
Power of flame compels.
Right here!
Hear the inferno! Hear the inferno!
This is order.
We won! We actually won!
that's what he gets for
Fantastic work, Kachina.
This makes me so...
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? What's happening? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really Everything you said was exactly right. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Only then will we have the power to defeat the... Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Waiya. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel, its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong? So many memories. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was...
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the... Okay, that should be enough.
I hear your voice.
Great. Well then, I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer.
You are already an outstanding child in my eye.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been... Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I focus on who you want to be. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all.
I know we've never met before, Wyab, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on? An Earth?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need...
It's a Seelie! The Seelie opened the way for us!
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back!
The Pyro Archon...
But she's not here! Yeah, didn't she say she used it?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness?
Every great display of power comes at a price.
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro...
I recommend getting a full checkup.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always...
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The what?
I'll let her explain everything. Every move we make from here on out.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effect—
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as— Take a seat, everybody. All right, that should do it for now. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're—
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mualani told us a little bit about—
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to eat. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me since the plan was mentioned in those memories. I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it, but there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then, and it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own method. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old, 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wayab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shalonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered. That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose.
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited. But together, their combined effect, by burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the 2 worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way...
The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. If you still have regrets, your deeds will become new...
Well, we...
Now that Kachina has returned, and we could all use the rest, that's for sure.
Still...
Try not to let it get to you. All right. You should...
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors. They attract people from all walks. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to... It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually I've witnessed their energy, their determination. Even when they cause trouble, I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss, my rage, will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so... Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when...
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no...
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it.
What? Do you really have to go that far?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her. I appreciate the... Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind... In the end, it's all the Abyss's...
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina! Thank you, everyone! I'm so glad I finally made it!
I always knew you could do it! With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice! My friend invited me, I couldn't just say no!
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first...
I wasn't, when he insisted on repaying the fake...
But the fact of the matter... I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was...
It's amazing that you still made it all the...
So,
Our team captain drank too much the
Sir.
Alright. Dear friend, firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and this traveler and her companion Paimon. They've agreed to and let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Dion-san. They all helped the traveler. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. To be honest...
Well, you better get used to it!
Hey, but...
You're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, you could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would say I couldn't make them shoulder that burden. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could or, of course, without me. But
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survived. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud. You feel loss keenly. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, even if the future ends in destruction, and it's precisely because this is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is true. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey.
Ancient names?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still. Take this as my personal guarantee. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise.
Yeah, we can't just ignore.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Boats are made for transfer. Commodities. Forth. And those that come across me tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus. Mine tastes the same as I remember.
My luck. in there. Hey, why don't we... Well, there's some... Huh? What's up?
Help! Somebody...
Ah! Wild Gold? Yeah, those two are...
Get back!
Don't panic! Just hang in there!
Finally! Someone's coming! Please help us!
Judging from your...
Yes.
Don't mention it!
Still, it's...
Correct.
Apologies.
Oh, no worries. But Paimon's pretty sure that's not...
I'm sure we must look very silly. Approaching them without the help of a
mysterious island?
Yes.
Some purpose?
And I suppose... Oh, all right.
A little off.
We should move on.
Yes. Thank...
That's all right. You really don't see a pair of adventurers like the... But anyway, Paimon's really curious. Yeah, who knew? After all, the amazing places we've explored during our adventures, finding some mysterious island should be a... Oh, you're right. Time's ticking, let's get... But the real question is...
Show me your moves! You're... Go on! Transfixed!
Let's finish this next time.
Hey there! Rain of bullets!
Coming at ya!
Quick, let's pack it up.
waiting for me. So what brings you here? We want to visit. Is there something wrong? Yeah, but that it is said that the first chief of the people of the Springs was the most outstanding guide in all of Natlan. He discovered many deserted, but to prove himself once more, he embarked on yet another journey in search of a legendary, mysterious island. And since then, that makes sense. So could you tell us how to get to that island? On the contrary. Well, sure thing. Then you have. I'll be honest. As the chief of the tribe, it's really hard to bear target. According to my soul, they run a So the problem is, they would certainly recognize anyone associated with me. Which. Exactly. You betcha. Whoa. There will be plenty. I'm sure some. So please use. No wonder you're the. I've. This should be the place. Now let's see if anyone around here looks like a scamp. Oh, right. We should pretend we are innocent tourists with no idea about... Good idea. Speaking of which, Paimon's dying to know what kind of treasures could be buried on the mysterious island. Wonder if anyone's ever really seen them before.
Are you two visitors from afar?
Oh, looks like we managed to lure them out already.
I just happened to
Hello, Paimon.
In that case, as the legend be that as it may, but you are in luck. Allow me to... Please, there's no need. Although the legend only guide...
He actually sounds pretty...
But it seems like fate has brought... Not to work...
So you'd be work...
For us, people of the Springs.
Smooth. Paimon almost was... Alright, thank you.
Of course. Please, follow me.
Are you two here to take...
Really? Can we?
Huh? Shh, not so loud. Openly saying their name in such a manner will only cause them to loathe.
I apologize for not explaining earlier. As you can see, Atta is... Therefore, we...
Really?
You need only... But, no need to... I can understand.
Alright, then let's give it a try.
That'll...
I'm sorry.
There you have it. Paimon knew there was... Oh, Paimon has an idea. She bets with that kind of...
What's taking them so long? Well, what do you say?
Oh, that's an unexpected bonus. Quick, let's pay the man.
You can also pose now if you'd like a photo.
Okay.
Oh, Atta is already speaking.
Could you really get anything from that noise?
Of course.
Here's your group.
Any chance we...
No problem at all. Here you...
Please, come with me.
We still have a lot of the Chief's more to use. These guys are going way too far with all the evidence we have now. But after handing over all...
Sorry to keep you waiting. After all the... This is the spot. The trails of sunlight will guide the way. Once you cross, Atta's insights have already pointed us to...
You mean...
As I said, anyway, there's... According to Atta's insights, this... Yes?
Hold on! Are you serious? This is supposed to be the island? Then what about the treasure? And look at these wooden signs and...
All that stuff about treasure is just part of...
Huh. We were commissioned...
You sure?
Huh.
I took you all this way. You want to report me for scamming tourists? Then be my guest. I'll just say that I'm being falsely accused.
Now he's trying to get away! It's the Chief!
What's the Chief doing here?
I had dispatched up...
Convict me. How?
Sorry to say... Not to worry.
Hey, what are you doing? Keep your hands off me! That's my Mora!
Yes, I see the mark. Looks like you already...
What do you mean?
The Mora that the Traveler and...
You...
So, there are no receipts. Take Mora from...
You...
We have
Fine. Yes, it was all a scam.
Woohoo! No wonder you're the chief of the tribe! I still don't understand how so many people have been getting duped by them. You need only... If he claims to be able to find it... That's a good point. Speaking of, have any guides... I can answer this question along with your previous one about how there is no shortcut. If you don't meet this single condition, then... Which is exactly why, even though the clues... There's a requirement? Let me ask you something first. What... And therein lies the key point. It's said that what the legend... Therefore... So that's the key, from what I can see, but unfortunately, that's true. But don't feel whether it's remote. And let me tell you a secret. The or maybe, no matter. Yeah, thanks. A guide we could trust with their life? Oh, it appears you've... Okay, bud.
Sorry, we don't...
I knew it. Also,
Yeah, that...
in that case, I'll even offer you a discount.
You'd really do that?
You got it. Well, hello there. If it isn't...
It's been a while, Mulan. Was all that stuff you...
Of course.
Whoa.
But let's get back. Come on, don't be...
No. We actually came here to ask you to be our guide.
Well, you've come to the right person. So, where do you want to go?
We want to visit the mysterious island.
A trip to the mysterious island.
You haven't...
I assume you're already aware of how difficult the trip will be.
Yep, you're cheap. But with our adventuring experience and with you as our guide...
Then, I learned all my skills as a guide from Uncle Nu. And he's the best guide in the whole tribe. With a good guide to lead the way, a journey but since it's you two, it's just my...
Paimon thought this... Paimon will feel really guilty to make... Mualani?
Whoa, what's the hurry?
Come on, what are you waiting for? Kolo just got back to the tribe. I heard...
Oh, Kolo's back.
Who's Kolo?
Oh, he's...
Really?
He's always out and about, so we don't get to see him often. Let me put up the closed sign first.
The crystals you asked for can only be found in caverns deeper than 500 meters underground. As for the people next time, just save the trouble. Indeed. No wonder he's the...
I wonder how...
Whoa, it really does sound like a super amazing guide. Do you think you could get...
Kolo always...
Oh.
But one day...
That's him, right?
Allow me. You must be the top guide of your tribe.
They also want to do...
A commission? Since you've obviously heard...
Yes.
Oh?
The mysterious eye.
Just as Paimon...
But first, please don't misunderstand. You hear that?
In that case...
Since you want to visit...
Yes, I know. I must reach that...
Don't waste your words on...
You?
You say you'd put your... Let's look at it the other... Many guides in the... How do you think I...
Well,
That doesn't make much of it. I can tell you're just... New student.
What's up with that?
I have things to do now.
Hold on, Kolo.
What's wrong?
Never mind that for now.
I know. The rare ores...
I'm really sorry. I just wanted to take...
That Kolo...
I know.
Oh.
Of course not. But it's hard to prove anything to him unless you've actually been to the island. That's right. After...
Actually...
No, please don't... If you... I always felt that my... So, as Uncle Nu's student...
But with the help of the renowned traveler...
Oh, Paimon. Come on, bring it in.
Aw, you're making Paimon blush.
Alrighty then.
Oh, it's that scholar guy.
Scholar guy? My name is Varumdra.
I didn't expect to see you again, Traveler.
Oh, and it's that...
Excuse me, Miss Guy.
I'm Mualani. As for whether or not you can come along,
Oh.
I admit that after... We'll set off with you. In other words...
If you accompany...
So you still... Fine. Kari, I'll put the more for the return.
Now he wants to go...
Wait! Please...
I'm so sorry.
Don't say that. How about this? Let's meet...
So you've decided to...
No.
That's your plan?
Wonderful.
Pretty sure only Mualani could come up with a plan like that.
We need to get started.
you